Hey Gully Squad, welcome back to 70 Pounds of Life. My name is Marissa Dawn, and if you guys are new here, I have lost 120 pounds and it's all been documented right here on the good old YouTubes. We're gonna jump straight into today's topic, and that is the top things that anybody should know before starting a weight loss journey, and I sure as hell wish I knew before I started my own. Next one is a little controversial. Nobody likes to hear this. I feel like a lot of the stuff I'm saying nobody likes to hear, but this one is very true. Don't weigh yourself every day. Put more emphasis on your non-scale victories. If you don't know what a non-scale victory is, that's something that does not involve the scale. Like you can walk up a flight of stairs without getting out of breath. Your pants are fitting a little bit looser. You can get up off of the floor without acting like you're about to fall off a cliff and freaking die, like for dear life, okay? Those are non-scale victories. Really make it a point to focus on those things. At the beginning of your journey, take some before photos, take measurements. Guys, oh my gosh. Take your measurements, okay? Because I will tell you, all of my clients, they check in with me weekly through, it doesn't matter. They check in with me weekly and I check their measurements every Wednesday, okay? There are multiple times where the scale has not moved for them, and down below when I'm asking them how they're feeling mentally, I see, I feel so discouraged. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like the scale's not moving. What do we need to do? Like, do we need to lower my calories? Do I need to exercise more? And then I go in and I look at their measurements and their measurements are down. And they're sitting there beating themselves up and getting themselves into a mental state where they don't need to be because their measurements are moving. Let me ask you this. Do you care more about a number that is on your feet that no one's going to see? Or do you care more about the pant size that you're in? Or do you care more about being able to do things longer throughout the day, like daily tasks? Hopefully your answer is the latter. Your pant size, your body shrinking, your body getting stronger, those things, right? So do not focus just on the scale, okay? I know you like to see where you're at, you like to see it move. I get it, I've been there, okay? So I would recommend weighing yourself once a week. If the scale doesn't move after 3 weeks and you have no non-scale victories, then you need to start thinking about what you can do to change things up. Maybe you need to start reeling things in a little bit more. Have y'all seen that meme? It's a guy digging and he's dug for such a long time and then he gives up and he starts to turn around to walk away, but then they show what's on the other side of just a slim little piece of wall that he had to dig through before he gave up, and it's the gold. That is exactly what a weight loss journey is, okay? Don't let that scale get you completely off track and to a point where you just say F it. If you follow me on Instagram or other social medias, you hear me say this a lot, but this fitness/weight loss journey, whatever you want to call it, it's more of a mindset journey, a mental game than it is physical, because our body does what our brain decides that it's going to do. Meaning I'm gonna eat this. That's your brain deciding that, right? If your body was deciding and be like, no lady, move over, we're gonna have something healthier because we're not feeling that great, right? So this is more of a mindset and a mental journey than anything. So really be open to learning about yourself through this process, okay? Stop doing things and then not asking yourself why you did those things. If you did something that made you proud and feel good, like you made a good, healthy choice, ask yourself, okay, how did I feel making that choice? How do I feel when I don't make the healthiest choices? What is that comparison? Which one is better? And start learning about yourself. Also be open to learning about when you fail, right? So if you fall off the wagon, right? You make a bad choice, or maybe you've stopped for a week or 2 weeks. Be able to check in with yourself and be like, okay, what was the defining moment that really made me quit? Okay, What could I have done to avoid that moment? What have I learned about myself in that moment? Okay, well, I learned that it's not realistic for me to prep all of my food at the beginning of the week, or I don't have 4 hours on Sunday to prep all of my food. So what can I do to still see some success that doesn't involve meal prepping? And then really try to look at it as an outside perspective, okay? What would you tell somebody who is having that issue? Think outside of the box and solve that issue. There's so much that I could talk about on mindset alone. I feel like I should write a book about it, but I'm gonna leave that there. Just know that it is a mindset journey. It's a mental journey. You can't continue living your life in the autopilot. You have to be able to step out, take 15, 20 seconds before you make a choice and ask yourself, do I really want this, or is this just a instant gratification for an emotion that I'm feeling and trying to cover up? So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Anybody who has lost a large amount of weight, if they were to say that this next one is not true, they are lying like a dog, okay? Maybe there's an exception, but for the most part, they're lying like a dog. It is going to seem like you are being obsessive over it in the beginning. And what I mean by that, okay? You're going to constantly be thinking about weight loss. You're going to constantly be thinking about what you're eating. You're going to constantly be thinking about what you can do better. You're going to constantly be thinking about drinking your water. You're going to constantly be thinking about how to avoid temptations, okay? That is all normal. Think of it this way. If you start a brand new job, okay, that is paying your bills, super important to you, right? You are going to be obsessive in learning what you need to learn and making sure that you're doing things right in the beginning. Once you get past the learning curve, then you relax a little bit and you kind of go about your day and you enjoy your days and blah, 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 right? I'm not saying that you're not gonna enjoy your life while you're in the beginning of a weight loss journey. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's normal for you to be thinking about it a lot. When I first started my weight loss journey, I feel like it's all I wanted to talk about. And I feel like I was that annoying friend that was constantly talking about what they ate for lunch, or if their pants were fitting looser, or all of those things. And from an outside perspective looking in, some people might say, you're being really obsessive and that's not healthy. Now, there is a fine line between being obsessive and being unhealthy, right? So if you're like weeks into this and you're just obsessed over the scale and you let the scale get to you mentally and dictate whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day, then that's not healthy. If you are starving yourself, that's not healthy. But if you're eating the right amount of calories to fuel your body and it's a big change from what you were doing before and you're being obsessive over that, maybe obsessive isn't the right word. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here, but I can't think of another word right now. But if you feel like you're being obsessive and you're really focusing on what you're eating and when you're exercising and your water and just like really focus on making good choices, I don't think that that's unhealthy, and you shouldn't let anybody else think that that's unhealthy either. If someone tells you that tracking your calories is unhealthy, then boy bye, okay? You don't have to track your calories for the rest of your life, but what do people expect you to do? Not track your calories and just guesstimate? No, you're not gonna get any real progress that way. You have to get through the learning curve. You have to know, okay, for my body, I need 1,600 calories. What does 1,600 calories look like? And putting that into a tracker, into MyFitnessPal, and seeing what that actually looks like. That's not being obsessive. Yes, you're tracking everything, right? But you're not gonna do that for the rest of your life. You're learning how many calories are in each thing and how big of a serving size of each thing that you need. So if somebody says that you're obsessive for weighing your food, you're not being obsessive, you're learning, right? So to this day, I don't track my calories anymore. I don't weigh my food out anymore. You know why? Because I know what those things look like because I spent the time obsessing and learning what those things looked like for me. So it may seem like you're being obsessive in the beginning, and that is okay, but just know that as time goes on, you'll feel less and less like that, okay? Your health is very important to you. This is the rest of your life, okay? So if you need to be obsessive for a few weeks and learning what that is, by all means, if it's gonna save your life and your health and make your quality of life better, why not? Do what you need to do. Don't let outsiders influence you one way or another. I love the body positive community. I have always considered myself body positive. I've seen some influencers being like, you absolutely should not be counting your food or tracking or measuring or anything like that. I disagree with that side of things. So what I gotta say about that? Come at me. Don't come at me. I'm very non-confrontational. Let's all just be friends. Next, do what is doable for you. Do what is doable for you. So if you know that you're a horrible cook, you actually never cook, don't let a trainer give you a meal plan and be like, you need to have all of these meals every single day and they need to be cooked fresh. Please, don't do that, okay? Do what's doable for you. So if you don't cook, get things that are already ready-made that you can just pop into the microwave, okay? If you track your calories and you're in a calorie deficit, you're at your calorie goal and your food is not made fresh, but it's stuff that you just put into the microwave, you're still gonna get those results, okay? Because you get better results if you didn't do it that way, yeah, but if you did it the way of like making fresh food every single meal, you're not gonna succeed. You're gonna fail early on, right? So might as well go the other route and get results and success that way. So do what's doable for you. If you work a long day, maybe having 2 meals a day is what you need to do. That's what I did when I was on a busy schedule. My eating window was only 6 hours out of the day, and I got all of my calories in during that time, but I just didn't have time to stop and eat the rest of the time. Also, personally for me, I did fasting like that because my food addiction was just a little bit, if you know what I mean. So it was really nice for me to be able to eat 2 large, fulfilling meals rather than like 5 small little meals throughout the day, because I didn't want to think about food all day. That just made me want and also eating a small little 200-300 calorie meal just pissed me off and made me want to eat something much bigger. Okay, we only have 2 left. So second to last one is do it for yourself. You cannot lose weight because somebody wants you to. You can't lose weight because you want to fit into a dress in a few weeks. I'll explain more on that in a little bit. You can't want to do it because you want to get back at your ex, that revenge body, right? So what I mean by all of those things is if you yourself, without any drama happening in your life, if you don't want to get healthy and change your lifestyle, then this is not going to stick, all right? If you do not want to change your lifestyle for yourself, this is not going to stick. Changing your lifestyle and wanting to lose weight to fit into a dress for a wedding in a few weeks is not going to give you long-term results. You may lose some weight, but then you're gonna gain that weight right back because you have it in your head like, oh, I just need to fit into this dress in 4 weeks. Okay, but then what about after the 4 weeks, right? Like, yeah, you can start a weight loss journey there, but if you want it to be long-term and stick, you need to shift your mind towards, okay, yeah, it's for the wedding, but it's also going to continue past the wedding. If you have that ex, right, eventually over time, your pissed offness at that significant other, ex significant other, is going to fade. So if your only reason for doing it is because when they see you out, you want to look banging, or you want to go and like Tinderize the next one, you know what I mean? That's not going to stick because, again, those emotions are going to fade. You have to want to do this for yourself to feel better and in the long run, not any short-term reasons. And also, if somebody else is telling you to lose weight and you don't want to lose weight and you don't feel like you need to lose weight, bye. They can go away. Like, if you're happy with how you are, you're okay with your health, then by all means, stay where you're at. But again, you can only do this for yourself, nobody else. This next one is a hard pill to swallow. You are going to fail, okay? You may not fail long term, but there are going to be times throughout your journey, your healthy lifestyle change, that you don't make the right choices, right? Quote unquote, you're failing yourself that day. But what's important to know is that it's not really a failure. You can't look at it as failure. You have to look at it as a learning experience, just like the mindset work that we talked about. So look at it as, okay, that was a hiccup. I'm gonna learn from it and move forward. Your journey is not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be ups and downs. I tell my clients all the time, a weight loss journey does not look like a linear line, right? A weight loss journey actually looks like doop, boop, doop, boop, boop. But after each little like downwards, you come up a little bit more. You have a downwards and then you come up a little bit more. Consistently getting back to doing the best that you can, making those changes, adjusting your plan as needed. Those are the things that are going to get you results. Consistency over perfection. Perfection does not exist. Anybody who's lost a large amount of weight, other weight loss influencers, they were not perfect, okay? They still are not perfect. I'm still not perfect, but I consistently get back to the healthy lifestyle, and that is what gets me success. And if you fall off and you're off for a long time, you just need to realize this. This is another side of this point, is that you are the only person who can allow yourself to fail. If you fail, it's because you allowed yourself to fail, okay? Now, if you say, no, I failed because my boyfriend didn't do it with me. I failed because my work schedule is too much. I failed because I'm a single mom with a bunch of kids. Those are excuses. I love you. Don't come for me, but they are excuses. No matter what situation you are in, you have opportunities to make better choices. All right, so that means not eating what the kids are eating. It's gonna take a little bit more time for you to make a meal for yourself or pick up some ready salads to have for you instead of eating what the kids are eating. Your boyfriend not eating what you're eating and tempting you, we already talked about that. This is not his journey, it's your journey. If you are failing, you are the only person who is allowing yourself to fail. You are the only person who can do this. Again, it's a lonely journey and you are the only person who can let yourself fail. Once you realize that and really let it sink in, like, you know what? I think that I'm going to let the excuse of my schedule being way too much to be my downfall. Well, I'm the only person who can really turn that around. So what do I need to do in order to turn that around? It may take you longer to get results, but guess what? Who cares? Time's gonna go on no matter what you're doing with it. 3 years is gonna happen like a blink of an eye. You can either be where you are now, or you can spend those 3 years making small changes and get the results that you want. So that's that. Don't come for me. All right. I want to end on this note. Guys, you can do this. If you're sitting there telling yourself that you cannot do it, first thing that you need to do is work on that positive self-talk, do some affirmations, whatever you need to do. If you do not believe that you can do it, you're not going to do it, okay? You are what you think. If you think you're a success, you will be a success. If you think you really want it, but you can't really do it, then you're going to be the person who really wants it, but can't really do it. So remember, guys, I'm not special. I had a crazy work-life schedule. I did it, okay? It took work. It took a lot of checking in with myself, being mindful. You have to really plan. You have to try and like figure out what could go wrong, make plans to avoid those things going wrong, and learn from your mistakes. You guys can do this. I promise you. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please, if you guys are interested, join the DietBet. You're going to get something out of it. Either you're going to get your money back plus some, or if you don't reach your weight loss goal, you're going to get the meal plan, the workout plans, the habit tracker, and just all of the information that I'm going to be putting into the DietBet. Thank you guys so much for being here. Go and give me a follow on Instagram. And as always, remember, you hold the power in your hands to make any changes in your life that you want to make.